on Wednesdays to have our community service club activities. That community service is not possible without understanding national service, because community service is intertwined with national service. And to understand national service, we need to understand our constitution, we need to understand our fundamental duties. Because fundamental duties are the template that help us to understand what is expected from us, from the great nation of India. Now, there is a great president of America who has famously said, ask not what your country can do for you. Fundamental rights. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. In the initial scheme of things, when our constitution was created, written by the Constituent Assembly, it was deliberated upon, drafts after drafts were created, and finally the drafting committee under the chairmanship of Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar beautifully drafted this constitution, and finally it came into force on 26th of November with certain articles, and after the ratification of the constitution on 24th January 1950, on 26th January 1950 the entire constitution came into force. That much you know, but you don't know, you must have heard about the fundamental rights also that comes between Article 12 to Article 35, out of which a very important right is the right to constitutional remedies. The right to constitutional remedies, that is Article 32. It safeguards the interest of every Indian citizen who is in some kind of a distress. And there are 5 warranties, guarantees also in them. Certiorari, because people are so much aware about their rights. What are our rights? We keep on talking about rights. But the integral part of, or the complementary part of any right is our fundamental duties also. Because when we practice our rights, somehow someone else is practicing his duties only, then you are able to enjoy your rights. So when you are infringing the right of someone, that means you are not doing your fundamental duty also. So in 1976, the Indian Constitution was amended once again. It was the 42nd amendment after the recommendation of Swan Singh Committee, and fundamental rights were inserted in our Constitution, that is 51A. It is largely inspired by the Constitution or the fundamental rights of Soviet Union. At that point of time it was Soviet Union, USSR, erstwhile USSR, and later on it was disintegrated into 15 different nations in 1990, right? That was the first duty of an individual, right? Why we need to respect our Constitution? Because Constitution not only asks you to do your duties, it also gives you, guarantees you certain rights. Therefore, it is integral to have rights and duties side by side. And our Constitution, for example, I have just given you the example of the right to constitutional remedies, Article 32, where there are 5 guarantees I have just discussed. Because it's in a short span of time, I can't tell you all the nitty-gritties of Constitution, but I am just flipping to the basic idea. So, Constitution guarantees you certain rights. It gives you a national life where you feel secure. You have a structured way of law, rule of law, governance, certain responsibilities of government, certain responsibilities of citizens, and the integration and amalgamation of responsibility of the government and the citizen. The idea of welfarist society, where the poor people are supported by government in different ways. So Constitution not only guarantees you a structured way of constitution. That is the first duty of every citizen of India. That is our first right, first duty. When we respect the Constitution of India, we respect our people around us. Because all the people are not the same. There are people who are high and mighty, there are people who are depressed from downtrodden sections of the society, marginalized sections of the society, weaker sections of the society. So for them, we need to respect, we have to understand their equality before the eyes of the law. Therefore, we need to respect Indian Constitution, our Constitution. Indian Constitution is our Constitution. And the national symbols attached to this national flag, he disrespected it because it was touching the floor. But our Constitution says what we do it's not only judged by our action but also the intention of our action. He didn't intend to disrespect our national flag. In fact, he was trying to glorify national flag. In fact, he was trying to tell the entire world, see, we are Indians and we have won this World Cup, now we are planting our flag here, and somehow it has been wrong. So, in doing so, some people felt offended that he was not respecting the Indian flag. But on the contrary, he was showing his respect towards the Constitution, the real implicit spirit of the Constitution. Actually, he was showing love for the Constitution. He was not disrespecting the national. So that is first duty that we must follow. The second thing is Azad, Rajguru, Sukhdev, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, they all lived and died for this country to respect and get inspired by the ideals of Indian freedom movement. That was the idea, and it should continue to inspire us. Therefore, the second fundamental right, second fundamental duty is to be inspired by the ideals of Indian freedom struggle and try to act upon it throughout your life and serve your nation in the best possible way by showing a spirit of sacrifice. The third one is respecting the unity, the idea of unity and diversity, because in this particular room, we all are from different sections of the society. We all are from the different communities. We all are from different religious denominations. Some of us speak Bhojpuri, I speak Bangla. Ami Singh Tomar sir speaks some different type of Hindi dialect. Man speaks another language. The gentleman who is covering me, shooting this entire conversation, he speaks another different type of a language. So we are a diverse group of people, and yet we are one as an Indian, as a group of Indians, right? So the idea of unity and diversity is to be respected. The territorial integrity of India is to be respected. That this is the Indian boundary of India by being in the national service. And whenever some kind of difficult situation the nation faces, people are called upon to join national service. So this is also our fundamental duty to respect, to respond to the call of duty. Okay. The fourth idea is respecting the cultural diversity, the idea of universal brotherhood, and most importantly, trying to obliterate, banish all those old evil customs that may have become detrimental to the growth of this nation. Dowry system, female feticide, domestic violence against women, so many other things which are quite rampant, very common in every part, especially in northern part of India, of course in all parts of India. So it is our national duty to remove all such social evils from our society. We can't remove it, but at least we can be a participant of a group of people who protest against such malices, such practices. Okay? The fifth idea is to have scientific temper. Why do we need scientific temper? Only 5 days ago, what happened in Hathras? Scores of people, lakhs of people were attending a speech of a Baba. And they were trampled over by their own people, and I think 135 people died. Was it grow, flourish it for a decade? It's a very difficult task. But you can take a small task, you can simply protect a tree. You just take an oath, I will protect this tree. I will plant a tree and I will protect a tree throughout my life. If every individual in this country starts doing it, I will protect one tree. I will plant one tree throughout our life. I will protect one tree, I will protect one plant. I will plant one tree and I will protect one tree. India is suffering from the depletion of the forest cover all across India. And if the trend continues in this way, if the situation continues unabated in this way, slowly and gradually we will be deforested. Desertification will take place. With the onset of desertification, there will be growing temperature and we are going to suffer a lot in the near future. So protecting our environment is very important, and your teachers must have told about you in detail how climate change, global warming, irregular precipitation, all these things are impacting our growth, our day-to-day lives, and how it is impacting plant growth, how it is impacting our crop yield, how it is impacting the markets, how the things have become so expensive because there is a simple rule of correlation between demand and supply. Right. Then another duty says that we must try to attain excellence. We must try to attain excellence in everything that we do in our. You will give happiness to the people, those people who will see your photographs. If you are a cricketer and you play like Virat Kohli, you will be able to win trophies for India. And if you are a captain like Rohit Sharma, you will be able to plant that national flag again to some foreign soil, and so that our chest will start with pride for our country and our nation. So attaining excellence is also a informed choice of life. When you are educated, you know this ulcer can turn into a cancer. So what you will do? You will immediately treat it. When you are educated, you understand that if I don't address this problem then and there, it can snowball into a big problem. You make informed choices. You make good choices for your family. You make good choices if you are a teacher. You make good choices for your student. If you are a student, if you are educated, you make good choices for yourself, for your career, for your personal life, for your individual life, your public life, your community life, your national life. So to be educated is very important. To be educated is to be empowered. To be educated is to be progressive. To be educated is to be of some good to the national life. So these were the 11 fundamental duties that I wanted to discuss with you, because we must, with a point of departure, we must understand what are our fundamental duties. Only then we can freely, with an open heart, can venture upon to community service. Thank you so much.